Hey guys, we are live. What is going on out there today? Brent Abel here, webtennis.com. Another episode of 7 Around 7. Excuse me. Here in the California desert, Southern California desert, Rancho Mirage, the Mission Hills Country Club, Wimbledon Drive, 92270. Hope you're doing well. And look, I thought today what I do is rather than bringing a topic to you, that you bring a topic to me. And so what I'm looking for are going to be something down below in the comments area, whether you're on Facebook or YouTube. Let me know what you want to talk about today. You know, if you got a number one question that's been on your mind, could be singles, could be doubles. What I've got here is I've got the court diagram that we can tee up and use. And look, if you don't have anything, if we've just got a few people watching, that's fine. We won't do it live, but what I would love to hear from you is, give me a topic that's really specific for something that you're either working on with your game right now, or that maybe came up in a recent match, and that you want some help with. And you can do that down below in the comments area. You can direct message me at Facebook. You can also shoot me an email, brent@webtennis.com. And so what else is going on? I'm looking at these. I'm going to hit some balls this morning with Dave Sievertson. I worked with him a few times, I think 4 times, was it, last month? No, earlier. Well, anyway, about 4 weeks ago. And he was great. He gave me a list of things to take with me when I went to Atlanta, and I'm just kind of looking at them again this morning. Haven't seen these for a couple of weeks, and there's so many nuggets here. It's insane. Maybe what I should do is find one and just throw one out there to you. I think. Yeah, I'm looking at number 8. He's got 12 different topics here, but number 8 says reduce the total number of shots you must learn to play. And so think about that. Think about, do we actually need to learn all these different types of forehands and all these different types of backhands and all these different types of volleys and whatever? And the reality is that when you get into a match, you're just not presented with so many different situations during points that, oh my gosh, I've got to learn 17 different volleys, because if I don't, there's definitely at least 17 different volley situations, right? No, really, it's all about, it's all about spacing, right? It's all about footwork and creating space to the path of that incoming ball so that you can simplify stroke technique. 17 different volleys. I suppose you could do that if you had to improvise, if your feet were actually stuck in one place and you couldn't move, right? The game was such that you had to just stand there. Well, okay, then maybe that would be the deal, where you had to come up with all these different types of volleys because you couldn't move. Well, look, if you really embrace spacing, which to me is like the number one fundamental in the game of tennis, doesn't matter what shot you're about to play. But if you can get really good at spacing, which number one requires that you spend enough time on each type of shot, which could be a forehand or a backhand or a volley or an overhead, even a serve, meaning spacing. Where do you want the toss to be in relation to you? Spacing, right? If you were to spend enough time on each one of the shots in the game and be really aware of when you hit the shot that you like, the shot that you want to repeat over and over, well, where were you in terms of the spatial distance away from the path of that incoming ball when you made contact, right? And so once you learn that, then the game is all about, well, all you've got to do is you've got to move your feet so that you recreate the ideal spacing for you, so that you can then, and then the next thing is, can you deliver the racket to your ideal contact point? If you can do those things, spacing and timing, and do it over and over and over again, that's when you become a consistent shot maker, right? So again, consistency in shot making has nothing to do with improvisation. I mean, obviously, if you can relax and all of a sudden the ball's on top of you and you can relax and play a ball back and play, great. But if you've got the choice, really what you want is to be able to work on number one, creating space, and then being so aware of your own game that you're not thinking about anything other than, well, wait a minute now, here's what I just did that I absolutely loved. And once the point's over, just go ahead and dry rehearse a swing, right? And for me, whenever I dry rehearse a swing, I do a couple things. I think number one, about how far away was the ball when I made contact, where was contact point, and then I just try to feel a relaxed grip as I dry rehearse that spatial distance and then the contact point. And I think, number 8, reduce the total number of shots you must learn and play, from Dave, is really about that. It is really about getting into the mindset that this game is about spatial awareness. It's just that over and over. And when you do that, you can do number 8 here on Dave's list, which is, just think if there was only 1 or 2 types of forehands that you had to hit. And if you could master those, right? Man, the game would be so easy. Well, the game is waiting for you to be able to create that skill. And I think we get too caught up in the result of hitting a forehand, the result of hitting a backhand. And that focus does not lend itself to us being aware of spacing, contact point, and just knowing what those 2 things are, and then just repeating that over and over and over again, and the results will just take care of themselves, right? You don't need to force results. You need to allow results to take care of themselves. And I think what I've discovered over the last, I'm going to say 10 years of my game, which has been for me the most prolific in terms of tournament results, gold balls, silver balls, and bronzes, is far and away the last 10 years has been my most productive in terms of those categories. And it's been this whole thing about not thinking about shot result, because we can't control it. I've told you guys this a million times. You might have an opening over there, looks pretty fat, looks pretty juicy, but as you're about to kind of take your peripheral vision off of that area and really, really laser beam on the tennis ball, right? That's what you're seeing. I mean, you should be seeing the tennis ball in terms of better timing, consistent timing, and not looking out the landscape just before you make contact. But the thing is, you might think you've got an opening over there, but the thing you cannot control is you cannot control your opponent from guessing, from anticipating where you're going to play that shot. And so in the back of our minds, I think we actually know that. And what do? We go, well, I'm going to give a little bit more because that guy might guess where I'm going to play my shot. And I'm thinking right now, I want to get it through because it looks like an opening. And that's all result-based thinking in terms of what you're going to do with the tennis ball. So last 10 years for me, what I've come to believe, and this is, I think, one of the great things that Jeff Jacklish talks about, is it's all right. It's totally okay if they actually touch the tennis ball over there, right? I mean, I'm looking at another one of Dave's things here. I don't want to go through them all today because there's lots of stuff to talk about here, but it's the next one, which is, you don't have to win all the points. I mean, you only have to win 6 out of 10. If you win 60%, you win the match easily, which means that you don't have to play a high percentage of points all that great. You can actually manage the mediocre. We've talked about that recently, right? The ho-hum thing. But most of your winning points is going to come from, and he's highlighted this in yellow, letting your opponent make the error. Why not? I know it's less spectacular. We're not going to see you on the ESPN 11 p.m. top 10 shots of the day. And, you know, if that's why you're out playing tennis, then my suggestion would be don't enter a tournament, because you're going to be woefully disappointed. But what I would tell you, if that's all you want to do with the game, then great. Go out and have some fun in the court and drill and you know, play some practice sets or matches, whatever. And if you don't care about losing to a same skill level player, then that's fine. But at some point, you've got to come to the realization that you got to let that guy or that gal over there participate in you winning points, winning games, winning sets, and winning matches. And gosh darn it, maybe even winning tournaments, right? So, all right, guys. Well, listen, I'm going to look for your comments. And again, I'm looking for stuff from you. Let me see if I've got another. Let's see here. Hold on. Don't go away. No, stay there. Hold on. And no, I don't have it. Okay. All right. I thought I had an image I wanted to throw up there. Anyway, guys, that's it for me today. So again, yeah, down below in the comments area, a question, a comment, a remark, let me know. You can direct message me at Facebook, or you can shoot me an email, brent@webtennis.com. Give me something that we can bring to 7 around 7 and kind of kick around. And let's see if I can't give you an idea based on my experience of what's worked for me with that topic that you're going to bring to me, or maybe what's not worked for me. Guys, that's it for me today. Also down in the description area, you're going to find a link to webtennisgear.com. Go on over there, pick up a YouTube web tennis t-shirt or 2 or more. And when you do, I'm going to give you one of my $97 stroke technique courses. Your choice. You can choose from one of the 7 that I've got available. And my way of saying thanks. Nice little gift for you there. All right, guys, that's it for me today. It's time for all of us, not just me, all of us together, collectively, as a group. Let's get out there, help someone else have a spectacular day. Guys, I will see you again next time.